State Attorney candidate Angela Corey spoke at the May meeting of the Northside Business Leaders Organization. The following is her opening statement.
But coming from a family like I have and keeping priorities in perspective, God and family and country coming only second to our faith and belief in God has been the greatest blessing. It's what keeps me positive, it's what keeps me happy, and it's what will make me your state attorney and be the best blessing for this community. And let me tell you why. I come to you today with 24 official endorsements for this position. Those endorsements come from the most critical groups and individuals who know what the state attorney's office is about, and they know what the state attorney's office needs. And they all agree that this state attorney's office needs Angela Corey. And I am humbled and honored by those endorsements. The three sheriffs, Sheriff Rutherford, Sheriff Beasler, and Sheriff Seagraves, all of the sheriffs in Duval, Clay, and Nassau have endorsed me publicly and with much fervor. They are so happy to do these endorsements because they know me. They've known me my entire career. And what they know is that my ability to both train their officers, work with them, not against them, and continue to lead the criminal justice system as the state attorney should do. The analogy I would give you is that the state attorney should be the quarterback of this criminal justice system. And the quarterbacking has failed us thus far. And these sheriffs want to change at the helm of that position, and I am that change. They know me. They know my work ethic. They know my philosophy. They know that the reason that I've spent so much time teaching their officers is because I know that's what it takes for them to make better cases and make cases that are constitutionally sound. I wouldn't have spent the last 26 years teaching law enforcement, as Ed Austin had us do and encouraged us to do, to then turn around and not make the right decisions on their cases. So they trust me. And that's why the endorsements have come from every police organization that's given an endorsement thus far. All but one on this coast, and they are waiting, and they are pending their endorsement as we speak today. The firemen, who also know the criminal justice system, and our first responders who have to deal with life-threatening incidents and murders and coming into the system. We've gotten the endorsements of all of the Republican clubs who know that I'm a person of my word and a person of commitment. My commitment to their party, my commitment to seeking the truth, which is the job description of a prosecutor. That's our actual job description, to seek the truth. And all of these groups, as well as several labor unions and city groups, know that that is what I will always do. It might not always make everybody happy, but seeking the truth will always be my top priority. And I can assure you that I will be accountable. And that if I begin a program, hopefully 10 years from the day I begin that program, I will be able to tell you it is a success. Not that we are still floundering in the mire of juvenile crime and the scary facts and statistics. As the Times Union itself has pointed out, the juvenile system is broken, and it's time to fix it. It's time to fix the entire criminal justice system, and I can assure you that based on the hard work and diligence I've put into this job, I am the best person to fix that program. And why is that? Let me tell you why. It is because I have spent 26 years as a prosecutor working with law enforcement, working with community leaders. If we need a program, such as a truancy program, we don't just need it this year. We've needed it every year for the past 2 decades. If we need other programs to help keep kids where they need to be, then those programs have to be developed, implemented, and fully supported by your state attorney's office. And I can assure you, I will work with our city leaders. You will never see me getting into a public fight with our mayor or our sheriff or any other city leader when problem solving should be done in a professional and civil manner, just like you do in your own business lives. You will not see me grabbing headlines for the sake of grabbing headlines, whether it's trying a high-profile case just to be trying it because it's high profile, or just to point fingers or do anything else. because I will be accountable as your state attorney. I will take responsibility, and much more than that, I will do what Tom and Lorraine Corey always taught me to do, and that is pursue the truth, work very hard, not just hard, but very hard, and when you are wrong or when you have made a mistake, don't be afraid to say that you have, because the truth will always prevail, and justice will always prevail when that is done. Now, the reason that these endorsements from the sheriffs and the police are key is because they have worked with both candidates for the 21 years that our opponent has been in this business and for the 26 years that I have been in this business. And what I want you to do is, instead of taking my word for it, ask the sheriffs. Pick up the phone and call each one of them and say, why have you endorsed Angela Corey to be our state attorney? Ask any police officer that lives in your neighborhood or works in your streets, and they will tell you that, of course, the community is the client of the state attorney's office, but who brings your cases into that office every minute of every day to be handled in an appropriate manner? The police officers do. You rarely have to walk in there yourselves. Your neighbors rarely have to come in there themselves. They rely on law enforcement. And not just the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Every law enforcement agency in this community, from Fish and Game to the Highway Patrol to the local agencies to our beaches police departments, they all are supporting Angela Corey. And let me suggest you do one other thing. Look at the sheer number of former prosecutors who have worked in a supervisory capacity over me, who have worked right next to me, and those who I have supervised as recently as a year and a half ago when I was still with the state attorney's office. And by sheer numbers, I believe we are at 40-something now of lawyers who know my work ethic, who know what I'm all about, and who also know my supervisory abilities. And they don't want an administrator back in that state attorney's office. They want a leader, and I am that leader. Thank you so much for having me. I love this place. Of course, the last time I was here, you had First Coast High School singing beautiful music for us, and that was very enjoyable. But this setting is wonderful. It shows how much our city has grown since we were kids. When we used to pull up at the zoo, you could walk right out in the middle and you could almost see the train and the river from here. And it's so grown up now. And our entire community is growing up. Let us grow up without this crime hanging over our heads. Let our city continue to prosper without the tag, murder capital of the United States. I am the woman that will get that job done. Thank you so much.